the power of tefillah is something which is immeasurable. We see Avram Avinu, when he prays to God that the people of Sodom should be saved, it's the longest prayer in the whole of the Torah, and yet it seems at face value, it seems that it wasn't met. Nothing came from it, because in the end, only his nephew Lot and 2 of his daughters were saved. But the rabbis point out that that's not strictly true, because Lot and his daughters were saved, so ultimately Ruth was born, and Ruth, of course, is the great-grandmother of King David, and King David is the precursor of the Davidic dynasty that's going to end with the Mashiach in Mitzvah Hashem very soon. We see the power of tefillah as something extraordinary. We need to daven, we need to pray. I know somebody, he's a lot older than I am, had a lot of kids, and he once told me one of his kids caused him the most incredible anguish. He behaved in the most terrible way, continuously. He said he behaved like a wild animal. That's the way that he described him, like a wilde chaya. And then one day he came round to my house and he gave me an invitation to this kid's wedding. And I saw that the kid was getting married to a very important family, a very dignified family. So I asked him what happened. Last time I heard, he was busy complaining about how wild this kid was. Well, he told me the most incredible thing. He says his kid was now the biggest masmid in his yeshiva. He was sitting and learning 14, 15 hours a day, non-stop. The most incredible turnaround. So I said to him, what happened? And this is what he told me. He said, you should know, on this kid, I did yiush. I gave up entirely. It didn't make any difference what I told him. It didn't make any difference what I said or what I acted or anything. He just did not pay any attention and did whatever he wanted. So in the end, I gave up. He said, but the one thing he never stopped doing was he never stopped saying Tehillim for that kid. Whenever he had a spare moment, another chapter of Psalms, another chapter of Psalms, another parak of Tehillim. He just kept going and going over and over again, starting and restarting and restarting. And he told me this story maybe 25 years ago. And I remember he looked at me and he told me, Rabbi Reuven, I'm telling you, never ever underestimate the power of tefillah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu listens to every single prayer that we give. So Mitzvah Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should hear all our prayers. Amen.